Have you ever jolted awake in the dead of night, your heart racing for a reason you cannot quite explain, only to open your eyes and find them? Two glowing, unblinking orbs piercing through the darkness, hovering just inches from your face. Your cat is sitting perfectly still, silent as a shadow, just watching you sleep. It is a moment that feels a bit unsettling, perhaps even creepy. Are they plotting your demise? Are they judging your snoring? Or is there a secret they are keeping from you, hidden behind that intense gaze? As an animal behaviorist, I am here to reveal a truth that will change how you look at your feline best friend forever. That midnight stare is not random, and it is definitely not just them being weird. It is a profound manifestation of their evolutionary history, their unique sensory superpowers, and a deep, ancient bond they share with you. By the end of this journey, you will never look at those glowing nighttime eyes the same way again. To understand why your cat watches you so intensely, we first have to travel back in time to their fierce, wild ancestors. You see, cats are not actually nocturnal. They are crepuscular. This means their bodies are biologically hardwired to be most active during the twilight hours of dawn and dusk. While you are lost in deep, paralyzing sleep, your cat is experiencing their peak physiological arousal. In the wild, feline social structures involve a highly coordinated survival mechanism known as sentinel behavior. When members of a group are vulnerable, like when they are resting or foraging, one individual will often take up an elevated, exposed position to act as a guard, scanning the horizon for predators or approaching threats. When your cat sits on your chest or on the nightstand staring at you, they are not just being curious. In their mind, you are a member of their pride. More importantly, you are the ultimate provider of security, safety, and nourishment. When you fall asleep, you become completely incapacitated. Your cat realizes this. By sitting near you and maintaining a vigilant watch, they are assuming the role of the silent sentinel. They are guarding you. They might even face the bedroom door, keeping their back to you to signal total trust while they monitor the perimeter. So, that eerie stare? It is actually an act of fierce, instinctual protection. But what exactly are they looking at? To you, the bedroom is pitch black. To your cat, it is a vividly illuminated landscape. Cats possess a specialized anatomical feature in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer behind the retina that bounces light back through the eye. Coupled with a high density of light-sensitive rod cells, this allows them to see in conditions up to 6 times darker than what a human needs. When they stare at you, they are tracking microscopic movements that you do not even know you are making, processing an incredible amount of data in real time. They watch the rhythmic, hypnotic rise and fall of your chest. They observe the subtle twitches of your fingers during REM sleep. With their ultrasonic hearing, they listen to the shifting of your breath and the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. Your cat is essentially mapping your vital signs. They are masters at reading energy. If you are stressed, grieving, tossing, or unwell, your cat feels the shift in your physiological state. That stare is their way of conducting a silent check-in, asking if you are okay and safe. Sometimes they might reach out with a gentle, weightless paw against your cheek. It is not a demand to wake up. It is a reassurance that they are right there with you. Beyond survival and sensory marvels, there is a deeply emotional reason your cat watches you dream. It comes down to the neurobiology of love. When dogs and humans make eye contact, it releases oxytocin, the famous bonding hormone. Science tells us that cats experience this exact same chemical rush. Research demonstrates that just a few minutes of positive interaction can spike a cat's oxytocin levels by 12%. Watching you sleep, they bathe in a neurochemical reward, associating your presence with absolute security, peace, and contentment. If you happen to open your eyes and catch them staring, watch their eyelids. If they give you a slow, languid blink, you have just received a feline kiss. In the animal kingdom, sustained eye contact is usually a challenge or a threat. By closing their eyes in your presence, your cat is willfully lowering their defenses, signaling complete and utter trust. Many indoor cats will even shift their natural biological rhythms to mirror your sleep cycles. They map your shifts in tension until their body naturally decides that they will rest when you rest and wake when you wake. They are synchronizing their life to yours. Of course, we cannot ignore the practical, slightly more selfish side of feline nature. Sometimes that intense gaze is purely anticipatory. Cats are creatures of strict routine and brilliant opportunists. They learn to associate your waking body language with their favorite things: breakfast, affection, and playtime. If your cat is staring at you in the early hours of the morning, they might just be waiting for the exact microsecond your breathing changes, signaling that you are about to wake up. A sleeping human is incredibly boring to a cat. If they are feeling energetic, they might watch you in anticipation, hoping you will finally open your eyes and provide some entertainment. If your alarm goes off and you are instantly greeted by meows, headbutts, and purrs, your cat was likely tracking your sleep cycle, serving as a furry, opportunistic alarm clock ready to demand their morning meal. While the midnight stare is overwhelmingly a sign of love, curiosity, and protection, as a responsible pet parent, it is important to know when a stare means something is wrong. If your senior cat begins staring blankly at you, or seems to stare through you or at the walls, it could be a sign of feline cognitive dysfunction syndrome, which is essentially cat dementia. This condition can cause disorientation, anxiety, and a reversal of sleep-wake cycles, leaving them confused in the middle of the night. Similarly, if their stare is hyper-alert, accompanied by dilated pupils that do not constrict in light, or if they seem highly agitated and unable to settle, it might indicate medical issues like systemic hypertension, which is high blood pressure, or hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism speeds up their metabolism, putting them in a constant state of fight or flight that makes deep sleep impossible. If you notice these tense, unblinking stares paired with frantic nighttime yowling, sudden behavioral shifts, or restless pacing, it is time to consult your veterinarian to ensure they are not in pain. So, the next time you wake up at 3 in the morning and find your cat sitting perfectly still, their reflective eyes watching your every breath, do not feel spooked. Do not pull the covers over your head. Smile. You are witnessing devotion in its purest, most ancient form. You are being guarded by a tiny, fierce predator who has chosen you as their family. Every slow blink, every gentle paw, and every silent vigil in the dark is love spoken in a language older than words. Sleep well, knowing your best friend is watching over you, keeping the shadows at bay.